Hey, feministas. This is a conversation that's not just about makeup, but about peeling away layers to reveal the powerful women we truly are. I want to dive deep into something I've been reflecting on: the ways we often feel pressure to conform, to stay small, to fit into containers that may have once served us, but have now become restrictive. As I sit here with my favorite makeup products in hand, I want to share a realization I've had. It's something I've been grappling with, and honestly, I believe we're all in this together. So even after all this time, many of us, myself included, have relied on pressure as our fuel. Yes, pressure. The constant drive to achieve, to look perfect, to meet expectation, whether they're our own or society's. But here's the thing: we've grown, we've evolved. As women over 50, we have transformed into being full of wisdom and strength, yet many of us find ourselves trying to grow while staying inside structures that are far too small for the incredible women we become. When I look around, I see a lot of tired souls, including myself at times. This version of us, the one juggling countless responsibilities while trying to fit into an outdated mold. She's tired, she's worn out, almost on the brink, because she's been following a path that no longer aligns with who she is. And you know what? It's time for her to be replaced. Yes, replaced. It's time to shed the old skin, and step into a new era of ourselves. And I am here to guide you through that process today. So let's talk about the potency of outgrowing our containers. It's similar to makeup, really. What once served us beautifully may no longer fit the best version of ourselves. Just as we find new shades and formulations that reflect who we are now, we can also redefine the structures that our lives are built upon. Now, you might be wondering, if more isn't the answer, what is? Well, feministas, it's about looking inward. It's about understanding that sometimes the quest for more achievement, more validation, more of everything, instead of leading to growth, can actually lead to constriction. A constricting soul isn't going to shine no matter how much highlighter we apply. Instead, we can embody a way that prioritizes alignment, joy, and visibility. We can embrace practices that encourage us to be seen, raw, and authentic. It's not just about getting older, it's about aging fabulously and bravely. Now let's unravel how we can start leading this conversation around aging differently. First, let's acknowledge the beauty of experience. Every line, every curve tells a story. It's time we celebrate those stories rather than hide them and behind layers of makeup, even though makeup can definitely amplify our beauty. Next, we need to commit to visibility, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Let's create spaces where women of all ages can share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. Our visibility adds layers to the narrative, painting a richer picture of womanhood that inspires others to step into their power as well. So as we move forward, I'll be sharing more high proximity ways to access that deep connection with ourselves and with each other. This is about authenticity, about embracing our unique paths, and redefining what it means to flourish as we age. So let's engage in a deeper conversation about becoming the empowered woman we are meant to be. See, this journey is about more than just a pretty face. It's about showing up, being real, and living life loud and proud, no matter the age. It's the journey of outgrowing the pressures and constraints we silently accepted and recognizing who we truly are in this moment. So why are we still clinging to those old containers that hold us back? It's comfort, isn't it? The familiarity of routines, the safety of doing what we've always known. But what I've learned is that as women, we are evolving beings. We deserve spaces that expand with us, as wide and limitless as our potential. So let's indulge in the freedom of outgrowing our containers, whether it's outdated beliefs about beauty, age, or our own capabilities. It's time to let go. This isn't about conforming or chasing some elusive ideal. It's about embracing our unique selves and all the beautiful, messy layers that come with it. Let's step into spaces that challenge us to be ourselves authentically and unapologetically. Together, we can redefine what aging looks like: vibrant, fierce, and definitely fabulous. Now, I want to share a few reasons why more is no longer the answer for us. Instead of accumulating more products or striving for perfection, let's focus on quality over quantity. Choose makeup products that resonate with your authentic self rather than the trendiest options. What makes you feel alive? What do you love about yourself? Let's invest in that. Mindful visibility. It's time for us to be seen, to own our space with the utmost fabulousness and grace. Embrace your age, your experiences, and your unique beauty. This is a conversation on aging fabulously. So I invite you to celebrate your journey and let that confidence radiate. And the third thing is authentic connections. As we shed our old selves, we also shed relationships that no longer align with who we are. Seek out those high proximity connections that nurture and inspire. Surround yourself with women who empower you and lift you higher. Because that's the game. You know, I grew up technically having older parents, than anybody in my age group at the time. And the reason I'm having this conversation is because I've always had a different viewpoint on aging. Like, it's not been a big deal. I'm grateful to age. I just had a birthday. last week. And my parents both of them lived into their 90s. But now when I look back at them when they were in their 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, I mean, my parents were rocking it. They were vibrant and full of life and doing the thing. And so it's really kind of like all I know. And so it's very intriguing to see different people's viewpoints on aging, and which is why I decided, I was staying silent and not putting my own viewpoint into this conversation, because I was like, well, maybe nobody will really resonate with what my viewpoint on aging is, because I've seen it modeled to me in such a powerful way that I didn't know it was a thing, that just because you got in your 50s, just because you got in your 60s or 70s, 80s, that you just stop. You just aren't seen, aren't heard, or nothing. My mom was a force, and I mean a force, till the day she left the planet at 97 years old. Even as she got older, those last few years with dementia, my mom was a force, and her mind was still, it was very intriguing. The dementia was there, but also her mind was still there, and the things that she would talk about, and, maybe most of it was, from her younger days, but those were her power moments, that led her to be the most powerful aging woman I've ever seen do it in such a fabulous way. And I admit, my mom to me was different than, a lot of my friends' moms, growing up. But my mom was just a force. And so age never stopped her. She dressed well. She wore her heels, all the things. So it's all that just was in my mind. I'm going to dress well. I'm going to wear my heels. I'm going to do the thing, Yes, I learned some aspects to age a little bit more fabulously than my parents might have done. Especially my mom, in certain ways of just working out, strength training to stay strong and vibrant in that way, because that's real important. But, I just saw aging from a different viewpoint of you still doing the thing, you still doing the thing. You still got interest. You still hanging out. You got places to go, things to do, people to see, and live, live life and do your thing. And even after my dad passed away, and he was 93, my mom was 81, and she was still going and doing her thing. That didn't stop her still. She had things to do, places to go, friends to hang out with. And it was just so beautiful to see. And so that's why I'm having this conversation today, because I think it's powerful, for women to empower each other and to lift women up higher. It has been really my whole thing with starting the whole movement around don't be invisible, be fabulous. And so, so that's why this conversation today. But thank you for joining me today. And as I wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on your own containers, what feels too small for you, what aspect of your life is ready to be replaced, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to see your insights, and remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are all in it together, and there's something so incredibly powerful about our collective voices. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to leave a comment and share this video with your friends, and let's empower each other to shine. Stay fabulous and visible.